And he went classroom to classroom. Didn't last that long. 32 people. His main thing of being able to kill so many was that he chained the exit doors prior to the event. Anyway, 3 hours goes by. He's going around finding anybody alive.
Texting people on Facebook. He's sending out texts to his wife, to his brother-in-law.
And he was on Facebook.
911 calls.
And they said they knew when he ran out of bullets because there was a pause in the shooting. They said the pause lasted upwards of 10 to 20 to 30 seconds. It's like, my gosh, I'm fleeing. So anyway, these guys are playing dead. This particular guy being interviewed, head buried in the couch because he knew he was doing headshots. 30 minutes goes by before the shooter comes up, shoots the people around him in the head, and then shoots him 4 times in the back.
Wow!
And he had to play dead the whole time so that he didn't say, oh, well, this guy.
How did he not bleed out?
He said he's bleeding a lot.
Oh, yes!
Yeah, he's bleeding a lot. Amazing. He gets to the hospital, churns out all 4 of the shots in his body, missed all the most vital things.
Lungs, kidney, liver, heart.
Even a major artery.
Right?
Bleed out, internal bleeding. All of that missed.
Nick the vein in your leg.
Oh, if he shot him in the leg. Yeah, if he shot him in the leg and hit that major artery, he'd definitely bleed out. And here's the worst part. You got to play dead. So if you do have a major artery, you can't put pressure on it. Because you got to play dead. Oh. 30 minutes. And then he said he sat there for at least another hour before finally it was all over. He said he knew, like he was able to witness or somehow experience, even though his head's buried in the couch. He said he knew when the shooter himself played dead. The FBI and the CIA or whatever, they were all, or the SWAT team was storming in. He laid down with all the dead.
No!
Yeah. And
wow.
The SWAT team, this is how sharp those guys are. They knew instantly. They said, watch out, guys. I think he's playing dead with the rest of the people here. So they knew. Watch out.
Right.
We think he's playing dead. And then, of course, all the people that were playing dead, they knew. They're like, this guy's right there. He's playing dead. So anyway, that all being said, how do you're uninjured for a half hour, and I'm not criticizing this guy. I want to illustrate a point.
Because he didn't know. He didn't know.
He didn't know. Nobody's
no
properly trained or educated. What I'm saying is if we teach all young people at a very young age, everybody, it has to be a concerted effort that when an ambush happens, you run towards the ambush. If everybody does that, you don't even have to be armed.
And we talked about how many people on the dance floor, how many people would he have killed if the dance floor turned and piled on him?
I'm thinking as little as 3, but as many as maybe 6.
Okay, I would have given it maybe 9 to 10 at the most.
That would have been a massacre. If he kills 10 people when everybody there turns right towards the shooter, I mean, that would be the most success he could ever hope for.
But this, 3 hours.
3 hours, 50 people. One guy sits there for a half hour uninjured and ends up almost dying because a half hour of laying there, he ends up shot 4 times anyway. And the doctor said it was a miracle he survived. An absolute miracle.
He survived by the grace of God so that we could use this as an example of what not to do.
Right. And here's the thing.
It's not his fault.
You can't be the only guy. That's why I'm not faulting him. I don't want to fault him. You can't be the only guy to say, all right, here's the ambush. Time to turn towards the shooter. Because if you're the only one, he shoots you dead, and then he resumes what he ended up doing, killing 50 people, and you had no shot.
Right. You got to band together as a team.
It has to be, everybody knows. Everybody needs to look at each other in the eye and say, hey, you know what I know, right? You know what I know? Yeah, you know what I know? Okay, good. Ambush happens, we all go right towards the ambush.
Right. No,
Simple
it has to be. So on Monday, Obama came out and he spoke to reporters. And he said, well, the shooter had a, quote, Glock.
What? You've got to be lying.
Which had lots of clips in it.
Wait a minute. He did not use the word Glock.
Yeah, that's what he said, a Glock.
On Monday.
With lots of clips in it.
The president.
With lots of clips.
Okay. I don't mind the use of the word clip. I don't mind that.
No.
I know that.
Lots of clips in it.
Oh, in it?
In it. He had lots of clips in. He had that Glock gun that has a lot of clips in it.
In it. You've got to be lying.
No, this is quoted, and
Okay.
then he said, and he also had an assault rifle. Right.
Okay, so there's a meme on the intranet, and it's kind of hard to find. I actually look for it. Maybe I was using the wrong search words. It's called The Journalist's Guide to Identifying Weapons.
Okay.
So this would be like a poster that would be on the cubicle of a journalist's office.
Right.
All right, so that you could identify.
Right.
And on one side are all the rifles, and on the other side are all the handguns, pistols, if you will. And there would be a picture with the identification tag underneath it. And on the rifle side, there's like every different type of rifle you could ever imagine. Like, I don't know, 20 of them.
Okay.
And on the right, same thing. There's like 20 different pictures of pistols.
Okay.
And underneath every one of them is the name of each of those weapons. So on the left side, with the rifles, every single rifle says AR-15.
Okay.
And on the right side, every single pistol says Glock. Glock.
By the way, just a little tidbit of information. Glock is named after the man who was a scientist and a chemist. He knew nothing about making guns or guns in general.
Okay.
But he developed a plastic polymer
Oh,
that
I
he said,
remember
you
this
know
story.
what? I bet you if I got together with somebody that can make guns, we could really do something good. And make a very durable, lightweight gun.
Okay, so it's about lightweight. Because
Correct.
I always thought that the whole reason for designing a gun with no metal in it is so you can get past a metal detector.
Right. Well, that doesn't happen. But it's not 100% undetectable by a metal detector, though.
Well, here's the thing. If you could make a barrel out of a non-metal...
Metallic, yeah.
Then
material.
there's no other part on the gun that has to be metal.
Correct. So, but it's a very lightweight polymer plastic type material, and he got together with a gun maker, and they came up with this Glock, and it's so durable that you could throw it in the mud, you could throw it in the water,
Wow.
you could run it through the sand and the beaches and pull it back out and just cock back and fire.
Okay.
It's a very, very durable gun. But that was just a side note on the Glock, and that's why the Glock is so famous.
And that explains to me why every handgun was labeled Glock on the right, because I thought, wait a minute, I know that journalists are terrible with identifying weapons.
Right.
But Glock? So it was the president.
Yeah. And
so somebody who made this meme
right.
said, why did he call it a Glock?
Yeah, no, you got me. And he claimed it had he said, it's one of those Glocks. It had a lot, those guns, they have a lot of clips in them.
So he misidentified bullets or rounds, whatever you want to call them, with clips.
Clips.
He thought that the word clip was used to that was the name of the bullets.
Right.
Lots of clips.
And for those of you who don't know about guns, that's fine. That when you press the button and that metal thing drops out, that's called a clip. Well,
Right.
you pick that up and you insert bullets or rounds into that clip, and you pop it back up in the handle. You lock it back up in place, pull back, and you can go to firing again.
Right.
Okay.
But you can only fit one clip in the gun at a time.
Correct. Not Nancy Pelosi, but there's what's the other one out there in California? Just lunatics out there. She was not on a hot mic. She was on a mic in a hot mess.
Okay.
And she said, I think it might have even been in Congress or in front of a congressional hearing. Well, all we have to do is ban these clips, because once they use the clip, they won't have any more clips.
Oh my gosh, I remember that.
Yes.
She thought the clips were completely disposable and unreusable.
After you use a clip, you'll never be able to use it again. It's done.
That when somebody says something like that on a social media,
Right.
let's say they did it on Facebook or they did it on Twitter.
Okay.
That would be the appropriate time to tell them to delete their account. Flat out.
So Hillary Clinton, if you're listening, that's when you throw out delete your account.
Right. What she's
So did you hear about McCain's oopsie?
No, I didn't actually at all. I didn't know he was in the news.
Well, he is in the news because he might lose his seat in Phoenix, in Arizona.
I would love for him and Paul Ryan to lose. That would be such justice for America, for the Constitution.
Oh, yeah. The woman running against him is a former physician, and the man running against Paul Ryan is a business owner.
Okay.
So let's bring these non-life career politicians up, put term limits in. Okay, so John McCain took to Twitter and said that Obama caused the Orlando terror attack.
Okay, and what was his reasoning? I mean, I don't agree with just throwing out the blanket statement.
They blew him up.
Right.
And he came out and said, oops, my bad. Delete that tweet and then retweet.
Nobody screenshot that, right? That will not. You know, once you delete it from the internet, it's gone forever, right?
Well, yeah, just ask Hillary.
Oh, how does she do that? She's the only one able to permanently delete anything. Maybe it was a secure server.
Well, Russia's got it all, so it's all good.
Oh, they're just holding on to it. They don't want anybody to know what they got.
Right. So he said, tweet, to clarify, I was referring to President Obama national security decisions that have led the rise of hashtag ISIL, not the president himself.
I mean, I can't disagree with that.
No. I know. I don't disagree with it. However, he used the word ISIL. And
do you only not like the use of the word ISIL because President Obama
He's the only one.
I am going to stand fast on my use of that word. So you're saying McCain's giving credence to him using ISIL by using it himself.
Yeah, because John McCain is a lifelong 38-year politician, and he knows his place, and he lost to Obama. So when referring to the president, he must use the president's words because that is respect. No, that's a fact.
Okay.
There is no greater homage to another person than to use the words that they use.
Okay, I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Like if somebody says something all the time, like the one, it don't make no never mind.
Oh, that was a big compliment to you by me using that.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't never think of it that way.
Yes.
You're like, where did you hear that? And I said, from you. Hey. That don't make no never mind. Yeah.
These little these euphemisms or these lines.
I don't know where you got that.
I have no idea.
I've never heard it before in my life from anybody other than you. I don't know where you got it. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like something that George Thorogood would say.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Hey, that don't make no never mind. Yeah, something like that. Whatever.
So it's just John McCain doing what John McCain does, and it's unbelievable. And this whole thing with this gun control now, Jeh Johnson, who names their kid Jeh?
Jeh?
J-E-H, Jeh Johnson.
Jeh?
Jeh Johnson, Jeh.
Is it supposed to be J, but just...
J-E-H.
J? I never heard of that word.
Well, that's his name.
Is that short for Jehovah?
You know what? It might be.
It might be short for Jehovah.
Okay, so Jehovah Johnson, Department of Homeland Security says, gun control is a matter of Homeland Security.
That's got to be the stupidest, most ignorant statement that you could possibly make with regards to American way of life. Period.
And you're listening to Smith Radio. That's smithradio.com. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, @Smith Radio. And we are talking about Second Amendment rights. We're talking about the Orlando shooter. We're talking about all the facts. We're talking